Avi Meyers here, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. Dial us up on the web at www.ntnm.org. Community policing, we're big on that, caps24.org. Sonny, of course, is the chairman of the District Advisory Committee of the 24th District. Go to your CAPS meetings, go talk to the police in person. Best way to do things. You don't always have a good newspaper like Jewish Chicago or the Irish American News to relay information accurately to you. And speaking of the Irish American News, my next guest is the publisher and editor of the Irish American News, Cliff Carlson.
How you doing, Avi? Nice
Good,
to
Cliff.
meet you.
Pleasure. And you're actually here for something you guys are running called IBM.
Correct. We're putting on an Irish book, art, and music celebration at the Irish American Heritage Center, which is located here on the north side. It's at 4626 North Knox Avenue.
Formerly Mayfair Junior College, where I went.
Exactly. It sits on a city block. It's 4 stories high, and we're using all 4 stories over the Celtic New Year, which is October 31st and November 1st this year.
Okay, and tell us what you're going to have going over there.
We're going to have over 40 Irish authors, 20 musical acts, and 20 artistic endeavors, all in one building at the same time. We've scheduled music and art shows and readings and lectures throughout the 2 days, so it's going to be a giant cultural celebration for the Irish and the Irish Americans in Chicagoland.
Wow. Yeah, I've only been in there once. Since it's been the Irish American Heritage Center, and as a matter of fact, that was for an event that a guest on next week's show, Dennis Fleming, was involved in. But one of these days I have to go there and see where the old newspaper what's the old newspaper office.
You'll be amazed. The old gymnasium upstairs.
It was right next to the old gymnasium, as a matter of fact, the
Was it?
newspaper office. Yeah, it was actually a volleyball. It was a ball closet before they started a newspaper.
Well, I think it's been upgraded because now that floor is a grand ballroom as of last week.
Wow.
10 chandeliers. It's set up for banquets, and it's set up for banquets for all ethnicities, not just Irish. There's no Irish decorations in the room. It's beautiful, and they thought ahead. They can hold over 300 people when they do banquets.
Wow, that's the very same place where I got clobbered going one-on-one against the captain of the basketball team, then president of the Student Senate, former congressman, and former disgraced convicted felon, Mel Reynolds. Talk about history.
You got even.
He wasn't Irish, by the way. So this is
Well,
amazing.
you never know,
Well,
you know.
let's hold this up for people to see.
Sure. This is the event. We have 20 musical acts, 40-some authors who are going to be reading and giving lectures and signing and autographing their books.
Mm.
So if you have a book by one of these authors, you could check us out at ibamchicago.com. And if you have a book by one of these authors...
And IBAM is a 501c3...
Nonprofit, yes. If you have a book by one of these authors, you're welcome to bring it and have them sign it over those 2 days.
No, that sounds terrific. And you were telling me you're still getting additions this late in the ballgame.
We got a great one today. We got, let me get my glasses. Oh, I can see it. Jack Higgins. Jack Higgins is a cartoonist for 28 years for the Chicago Sun-Times, and he has got a new book out, and he'll be there over Saturday and Sunday, both days, meeting and greeting the public and signing his new book.
No, that's terrific. And what time in the morning does this start?
We start at 11 a.m. They're serving Irish breakfast both Saturday and Sunday, and the doors are open till at least 9 o'clock at night both days.
Wow, that's pretty good. And, I haven't been there in years, but as I remember, there was a very extensive parking lot, so there should be a lot of parking there.
They have parking on both sides of the building. We can hold about 300 cars, I believe. And they have a shuttle lot set up in case a lot of people show up, which is what we're hoping happens.
Okay. Well, certainly good luck there. So how do you promote an event like this? I mean, how is this the first time you've got an event like this, or?
Yes, this is the first. We promote it through Irish American News. That's my newspaper.
You want to show people?
Sure. This artwork you see here is by one of the artists who will be at the event. His name is Michael Carroll. And this paper, Irish American News, comes out monthly. We distribute 25,000 copies all over Chicagoland and actually in about 18 states.
Yeah. Wow.
So we're promoting it heavily here, of course. And we're also partnering with CBS 2, who is going to help us promote it.
Cool.
And we have sponsors like Aer Lingus,
Yeah, that's, of course, the Irish airline.
The Irish airline. And through folks like yourself who are helping us get the word out.
Oh, and hi, and McElroy. And McElroy is the person that called and says, "Hey, would you like to get?" First of all, when you're a newspaper publisher and running Jewish Chicago myself, I'm always happy to meet more people in the trade. I really am. It's a very lonesome profession. There aren't a lot of us, and given this economy and all the danger. And especially in ethnic publishing, because I've never really had any desire to work for a regular big paper. I've always liked, community and ethnic stuff.
I like calling my own shots.
That's exactly why I went. Yeah, if I had enough money, I would have bought the New York Times, but it didn't work like that. So I like running
about
it myself.
$1.25. Or free online.
Yeah. Well, actually, for a short period of time, I actually did work for a daily paper. I was actually the token mic on the Daily Defender in the mid-'70s for a short while. I covered, 26th in California. So, what kind of stuff do you do in the Irish American news?
Well, we publish 25,000 a month, and we write about everything that's going on in the community, whether it's a benefit or a dance. We do like Irish writing is many. Pulitzer Prize winners in Irish writing. We get...
yeah, when you mentioned 40 authors at the IPM thing, that's a very impressive number.
Yeah, it's actually over 40 now.
Wow.
We're going to have to start turning them down soon. We do book reviews, we do play reviews, we do anything and everything to do with the Irish and the Irish American community here in Chicagoland. And even in some things that are going on in Ireland.
Wow, that sounds great.
We have a website, IrishAmericanNews.com.
Okay.
And for our event, we have ibamchicago.com, ibamchicago.com.
Yeah.
And we also have a paper in Ohio. If you have friends in Ohio who are Irish or Irish Americans, we have one there called E in Ohio.
Actually, you know what? It's funny because in this neighborhood, there's a lot of people who went to John Carroll College, and which is right away. My brother goes to Tel Yeshiva, which is actually right next door.
I grew up in this neighborhood.
Okay, in this neighborhood
Rogers
here?
Park. We're pretty close.
Oh, that's right. You were telling me about Howard and Sheridan.
Mm-hmm. I went to Gale. I went to Eugene Field in the 7th grade, Gale in the 8th grade, and I went to Senn and Sullivan.
Wow, so you're definitely a neighborhood guy all the way.
I go way back.
Anyway, I want to thank you so much for being here, Cliff Carlson.
My pleasure.
Irish American News, and also IBM that's coming up. That's the Celtic New Year.
Celtic New Year starts November 1st.
Okay, and the actual event though is
October 31st and November 1st.
October, and this is such a beautiful poster. We just want to get this on here again. And over 40 authors and 20 acts, and Channel 2's cooperating, and Aer Lingus,
and it's kid friendly too. We're actually doing a lot of things on Halloween to bring kids in and let them do something safe. We're advertising it in the neighborhood.
Oh, this sounds great. Cliff Carlson, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
and
you.
I want to wish you a lot of luck with the event.
Appreciate it.